check on the street, make sure we're going.
Okay.
I'll do a bit of this.
This is, yeah, Ronnie, do you want to talk while I check we're existing?
Give people a chance to join.
Oh, I can see we are. Look, we're existing right now. Hi!
I have an extremely heavy Thor's hammer.
Where are we?
Tiny.
Let's get on. Let's get some chats. With nobody in the chats. Oh, that's sad. Is it because did we not post it very early?
It's just gone live. Well, Helen says good evening. There's Sam, there's John. Oh, people,
Oh, we
people
do.
coming.
We've
Hi,
got people
evening.
here. Right, I'm going to pass that over so you can do your all aboard in a bit.
Now, Wits Wanderlust says, hi, found you. So we must have been hard to find.
Oh, no.
I know.
This is why we need the Christopher, because he's the brains behind the outfit. Let's just kind of, people are here now.
Yeah,
look.
I just found something called live stream and I just went for it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. It sounds working.
Yeah, so we seem all right. So should we start?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
What, do we need some kind of...
Bong me. Barbecue is back.
Mermaid Moments.
New show opening announced.
Store closing.
Bakery opening.
Strike!
Nice cadence at the end there, Huey. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney pals, and welcome to another Disney Street, 37 Disney Street, Disneyland Paris show. Today is a rain edition, as you can see, because Christopher is having a non-Disney holiday. How dare he? He is.
I remember those.
Is he in
No
Majorca?
doubt. Yes.
Is in Majorca?
Yep. In fact, he says, greetings from sunny Majorca, not staying on, just wanted to say have a good one.
Oh,
Thanks, Chris.
thank you.
Enjoy yourself.
He's got sangria to drink. He
What-
doesn't want to be watching us.
What are you wearing?
What a question.
Yeah, so we thought we'd do it from the living room at 37 Disney Street today, just because the sound's a bit less echoey.
And because we spent a lot of money on a new sofa and we wanted to use it with our bottoms.
Oh yeah, because we're not showing it off because we've covered it up.
We've covered it all with Disney things. But we
Yeah.
are sitting on a new sofa, which in our middle-aged, middle-class lives is very exciting. But we are here today. We've got our lovely temporary co-host Bonnie, she's off school tomorrow, so she's allowed to stay up and do the show with us. But it doesn't feel like it's staying up because it's still practically daylight outside.
The neighbours are staying up by the sound of it.
They do that on bank holidays, don't they?
Yeah.
Bless them.
Unbelievable.
Right. Should we do a roll call?
Yes.
Roll call.
Let's see who is in the chat today.
It's like hairspray.
All aboard, please. Well, today Helen was first in the chat, so she found us.
Hi, Helen.
When
Winning.
when I speak, it blows into this this thing. What's it called?
I don't know, a thumb drum.
An
thumb drum.
instrument.
Yeah, so I could hear it going, singing to me. Sam says hi, as does John. Well, John actually says hello. Witch Wanderlust says hi.
I found you.
I found you. John Parker missed us. He missed us.
Oh.
We missed you, John. Moritz is here, as is Scottish Claire. Scottish Claire says, let's talk cheesy snacks.
You have to do that in a Scottish accent.
No, I don't. Hashtag Kiri.
Oh, yes. No, that's on the news. That's on the news.
Hi to Linda and Rachel B. We've got a trip report from Rachel B. Oh, no, we haven't got a trip report from Rachel B. We've got a trip report from Sarah. But Rachel B. Sent us something that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We'll get onto that in a moment. Chris is here, all the way from Majorca. Purple 37. Didn't realise it was this time already. Neither did we almost. About 7:15. We were like, oh!
Yeah.
7:45. What time is it? Mark Riley says, you exist. That's
Oh.
an interesting question.
Yes, we do exist.
Fiona is here. Hello all. So excited. This time next week, I'll be on the ferry at Hull.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's my favourite way to travel. I didn't think they're doing Zebra.
That's a favourite way to travel anywhere, to get on a ferry at Hull.
Are you doing Rotterdam then and doing the longer drive? Because I thought they'd stop doing the Zeebrugge crossing because we were looking at that or looking for that. Tell me, give me information. I thought I saw on the screen and then it disappeared. Someone
Yes.
say they'd cancelled a Disney trip.
Coming on to that. Who is Nate? Question mark. Says, hi, everyone. Hi to Nate. Hugh, I saw your tweet on Lad Bible. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I did.
That's when you're internet famous, when you're on Lad Bible.
Yeah, I didn't send it to Lad Bible. They picked it up off my viral tweet about picture dinners I used to make for Bonnie. So come to my Twitter account and you'll see what that's about.
You know when you turkey dinosaurs used to destroy Manhattan?
Gareth Pierce, theme parks, says evening and then adds, cancelled my Paris trip, doing Florida again in September.
Well, that's exciting. Doing Florida's exciting, but you could have done both. I don't understand why you cancelled.
What's the reason, if you don't mind telling us, Gareth Pierce, theme parks? Hi to Kerry as well, and then Fiona is bringing up the rear. I know we've already had Fiona, but she says that she's going to Rotterdam, then a drive to Village Nature for a few days before DLP. We love the ferry. Hello, Aaron, just made it in time. Hello, completely forgot it was Sunday. Aaron, what a wild and crazy life.
Is it Monday?
So we could do that. We could go to Rotterdam and do a bit of a longer drive. We could even like do a bit of a road trip and see some exciting things in the old Netherlands. We are currently, literally at the moment that this live stream started and you saw me doing this, I was pricing up our August holiday, wasn't I? Live. And then you went, oh, it's time. And then I had to look up and stop. We've had a little crisis because we kind of planned the trip for a while. We've talked about this on the show, you know it. But not got around to booking it because we're trying to work out what life did first. So we were like, we're ready to book now. And Resid Home, which is you asked, didn't you? Can we stay in that one we stayed in last time?
Yeah.
Not available on the dates we want to go. So we either change dates or change hotel. So I was looking at, let me tell you what I was looking at, and then someone could tell me if they've stayed there and if it's any good.
Why are you looking that up? Gareth said, had good deal flying same day, I would have gone to Paris.
Ah, all right. No, I can get with that. Right, it's been a bit slow here, but I think it's the Adagio Cerise. That is very similar to Resid Home, and it's right outside the entrance to that shopping centre that we kept going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can go there instead.
So we can get to the train there instead
if we
of
have to.
Yeah, round the other way.
What do the prices look like?
See,
this is
similar.
This is good intel for the listeners. So us just talking about our holiday plans.
Info.
It works for you too. As well.
Thing is, my computer's been very weird today, as you know. So it's not bringing it back.
I had to
up
press
today.
Windows Control Shift B to get a screen to stop being black.
Oh, it was techie drama. Techie drama.
Hello to the Dunn family who have just made it in time as well. This time next week, me and Katie will be in Paris.
We'll be millionaires. Oh!
Yeah.
Bonnie's one of Bonnie's best little friends at school. You've got a little group called it's a secret name. Secret club name. But one of her friends is flying to Disney World for the first time on Tuesday. So Bonnie's been giving a trip advice in the playground, haven't you?
Listeners, Bonnie put her finger to her lip when she was asked about the name of her group. Also, listeners, Chris assures us it should be up about Thursday. So sorry if you're listening to this a little bit later than usual, but Chris will get round to it later in the week this time, which you will know because you'll be listening.
Right. Should we
Thursday or something?
We can't really do what we're drinking, can we? Oh, someone's got advice on Adagio.
Adagio is fine, nothing special. That's what I like. Rooms were clean, but we had a weird smell. Don't do the breakfast. It's not worth it.
See, our current budget...
Sounds good.
Our current budget sits around the fine but nothing special price range, doesn't it? If we're honest. So as long as you're telling us it's clean, we're like, that's cool.
That's kind of how we live our life.
Yeah.
Fine but nothing special.
And the breakfast being
that way.
Nothing great is fine because we'll probably go to that massive mansion and grab.
We'll go to the park.
Yeah.
We don't have breakfast before we go to the park anyway, do we?
We do need to watch Pennies this summer, really.
Pennies.
Oh, it's not recommended. Someone just said it is not recommended.
Oh no.
That's Mark Riley. Mark with a Q.
Ooh, maybe we should be doing this research. Maybe we should be the crash test dummies of these hotels and see.
I mean, it can't be as bad as that one. That one we stayed at.
Ibis Budget.
Ibis Budget.
No. Thing is that we're taking friends with us.
Ooh.
And we feel responsible as Disney experts for putting them in decent places.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they've got a very young child.
Which is why we're going this self-contained apartment route. This is good, guys. This is
the
good. Help us
Dunn
out.
family say we have stayed at Residence du Parc a few times. I recommend.
Where?
Residence du Parc.
Okay.
Du Parc.
Okay.
Du Parc.
Du
I would
Parc.
look into that if my computer
Résidence du Parc.
stopped
Parc.
doing weird things.
Résidence du Parc.
I'm going to
Du
shut
Parc.
this
Parc.
down and open it back up and see if it helps me at all.
Cheap and cheerful, they add. Mm.
Right. So while that's going on, we can talk about these hotels. Do you know this would be good content for today
Mm-hmm.
if I went down these Expedia prices and hotels and people on the chat said if they'd stayed there and
Well,
whether they'd recommend it.
Let's get on to that, but should we do the news?
We've got a lot of news.
And then we've got a couple of things listeners and viewers have sent, and then maybe we'll do that
and we're
afterwards.
going to do a Bonnie interview.
Bonnie,
as
so
well.
let's get cracking.
Yeah, let's
News,
go. Let's
news,
go on then.
news.
Barbecue is back. Have you any idea what this is
Love
about?
barbecue. Is it something to do with...
Do you like doing barbecues?
Theoretically, no.
Okay.
Maybe.
Right. This is about the Wagon Cafe at Hotel Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
They now have real barbecue done out on the patio on big barbecue grills.
Okay.
And they've got a variety of vegetables and meats that
Fine,
they then
yeah.
they grill outside,
Mm.
and then they take it inside to the restaurant, and it becomes part of the all you can eat thing.
So they cook
it's
it
not-
outside and bring it inside.
Yeah, they do, but that means that you get proper smoked barbecue as opposed to fake like oven grilled barbecue
Yes,
that you get other places.
yeah, sometimes they add the essence of barbecue.
They do.
And it's fake.
They do.
It sounds good.
So it's proper smoked barbecue. What I like about this is if we were to stay at Cheyenne, which we're not doing because we just explained it's not in our budget, but if we were to stay at Cheyenne, you would get the smell of real barbecue all around that hotel, wouldn't you? And given the theme of it, I think that would be, I like that.
Hi, Pauline. What does Pauline think? Are you in? In on the barbecue.
So it's it's included in the €40 all-you-can-eat meal, which includes a drink. The children's meal is a smidge cheaper than that. Haven't got that written down. Apologies about that. But yeah, so that's something to think about, either eating or just smelling if you're staying at Disneyland Paris this year. So maybe if you're over at Santa Fe, you can just walk across the river and smell it for a bit and then walk back again.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Aaron says, I'm at the Cheyenne in November. Not sure if they'll be doing it in the colder months, but it sounds lovely.
I expect this is a summer only offering at a guess. I might be wrong.
Right, yeah, carry on. You stopped to have a drink.
I just had to have a sip of my drink. Mermaid Moments. So a big Disney deal that happened this week. What happened this week, Bonnie? Movie released?
The Little Mermaid live action release.
That's correct. And to celebrate that, they've got a kind of film setty kind of thing in the Walt Disney Studios park. It's kind of got a Caribbean beach backdrop, and then it's got loads of Caribbean palms and stuff around it. And there's like a 15-minute, it's called an interactive experience. It looks a bit like a dance and singing show, but then I think they're inviting some children up to sort of partake in the show. And it's just kind of on the ground. From what I could see from the pictures, it appears to be between Stitch Live and Studio One in that kind of area there. And it looked a lot of fun. It looked very colourful. It's got the live action version of Ariel performing her songs. And it just, 5 times a day, approximately 15 minutes long, but looks really festive. And what's nice about shows like that is you don't necessarily have to watch them to get the benefit of them. Like, it's not like the shows where you have to go into a theatre and queue for an hour and a half to get in and then sit still. It's just you can hear the music across the park, you can wander by, crane your neck for 5 minutes, or you can stand and watch the whole thing, because it did look pretty cool. So that is running until June the 23rd. So unfortunately we'll miss that. I know, but it sounds good for anyone who's there. They might, if it's good, they might extend it. Sometimes they do that, but at the moment it's booked in until June the 23rd.
We've had a question.
Yes.
Kerry says, I need advice. We have already booked for August, no meal plans, and I have now decided I'd like to go to the character breakfast at Plaza. There's no availability yet. Is it worth me continuing to look?
Yeah.
Which one's
We're off in 74 days. I've heard from 60 days it opens.
Yeah. Are you staying on site? If you're staying on site, it should be open now. You should be able to look and book now. But they might open more slots up at 60 days. It's a bit of a gamble. If you can't, I would keep checking regularly, but if you can't find it, I would check 3 days before and 24 hours before as well. Because that sort of, and 7 days before, because this kind of coincides with cancellation windows that people have. And I think the 3 days before is for people staying off site or things.
staying
Yeah.
at Santa Fe.
So actually, I believe it should be open now. But like I say, keep checking anyway. But make sure you check on 60 days, on 28 days, on 7 days, on 3 days, and 24 hours before, because those tend to be like the hot spots when things open up, in my experience. But it's just worth, like I've got some brilliant restaurants like Space 220 in Disney World, just by stalking it, just like on my lunch hour, I think I'm gonna have a quick look. Just keep stalking every so often. That's my thinking. What's the Dunn family saying?
To book restaurants, I have found if you change how many people, the spaces come up.
Yeah.
I looked for 6 people and it came up, but when I tried 2, it said no availability. That's an interesting hack. I like it. I like that stuff.
I did that for Disney World when we were looking for somewhere for 5 people when my mum and dad were with us.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it, changed it to 4, booked it, and then went in and amended reservation to 5, and it let me.
I thought you
If
said
that makes
went
sense.
in and went, oh no, we've found someone else.
I was going to do that as well. I thought if all else fails, we'll just wander up with 5 people, and I reckon they would sit us down. I don't think they would just turn us away.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna advocate for that kind of behaviour. That's naughty. Anyway, shall I carry on with news?
Yeah.
Right. So we've now got new show openings. So what I just said about these kind of nice ambient shows that are just kind of going on around you, we did get announced a while ago that a new show was going to come into the Animagique Theatre. Yeah.
Animagique?
That's the one that we saw. Oh, you didn't. The one where we met Black Widow in that theatre.
Oh yeah, that.
That's over by Stitch Live, the big theatre there, and it's together a Pixar musical adventure that was announced a while ago, but now they have opening dates. The premiere for the press night will be on July the 8th, and the show will then open to guests shortly after, with an exact date to be announced soon. I expect it will be about a week after that. So if you are going in the summer holidays, I think you can count on this being open if they've done the press night on the 8th of July. So kind of like the 14th, 15th onwards is my guess. Not a guarantee, but it's my guess. So we don't know much about
Not a
this.
guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
We don't know much about this yet, other than it is utterly Pixar themed.
I will wager at the end it turns out that we are the magic. If we dream.
If we dream hard enough.
Mm.
Yeah. So we've seen shots of the stage being Luxo balls, and we've seen Monsters Inc. characters, but you don't really get much of a sense of what it is. However, we will go and watch it for you.
We will.
Promise.
We
We like the shows, don't we? And Daddy tends to go and make silly videos while
I
we
think
see
I'd watch
shows.
that one.
Yeah. You won't watch Mickey and the Magician anymore, would you?
I've seen it. I get it.
See, I'd watch it every time. What would you watch it again?
I'd watch it again. Not every time, because that's a little bit much.
Yeah. It depends on the queue.
Like every other time, maybe.
It's a good show though.
Yeah.
And it still makes me go, when the magical bits happen and Tinkerbell and anyway, let's carry on. So, store closing. This isn't technically Disneyland Paris, but I thought it was worth mentioning that the last Disney store in France, the one on the Champs-Élysées, the flagship store, is shutting this week.
Why?
I know. That leaves 2 left, one in Dublin and one in London.
2
left in the world.
In the world?
In the world. Well, and one at Disneyland Paris as well.
I
Wow.
just
Does that count?
can't imagine them getting rid of the one in London because
I can imagine it. We would be gutted though,
we
because that's what when we go down to London, we
Mm.
divert, don't we? Oh no!
I don't want it.
That's like our
to
special place, isn't it? And they've got a magical downstairs. Look at this face, Disney. Look at this face. How can you close the London one? Look at this face. They won't.
You'll be destroying the magic.
Stare at me.
Aaron says the London one is always packed. I'd be so confused if they closed that. It is. It's a bit of. It's like a tourist destination, isn't it? And everyone I know who goes down to London, they say, "Oh, did you go to the Disney store?" Oh yeah. It's like it's one of the things that you have to hit: Buckingham Palace and the Disney store. Anyway, I didn't actually know there was one in Dublin.
No.
That seems like an odd centre of. Anyway, lucky Dublin. That's all I can say.
Lucky duckling.
But let's temper that news
Lucky duckling.
with a bakery opening.
Store closed, bakery open.
That's it. One door closes, another door opens, so to say.
Work it, Bonnie.
Yeah, work that sad face.
Go on, do the puppy eyes. Do the big eyes. There you go. Look at that.
Look at that, listeners.
Look at that, listeners. Trust me, listeners, it's cute.
I always think of the listeners. I hope the listeners appreciate that. That someone's thinking of you.
So the Cable Car Bakery on Main Street, there was rumours of this becoming a Starbucks, wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
What?
That rumour has proved, at least temporarily, false. It has been closed for 8 weeks and it's reopened this week. And there was a bit of a shebang when it reopened. Bit of a reopening ceremony, including the citizens of Main Street doing hijinks and things like that. And the chairperson of the Bell Corporation. And the reason she was there is this venue is now sponsored by Kiri Cream Cheese. Kiri Cream Cheese. So it's the same company that do Baby Bell and Laughing Cow.
Okay, that makes sense.
So Laughing Cow sponsors the Pixar half.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Bell sponsors Avengers Campus.
Of course it does.
And of course. And now Kiri sponsors the Cable Car Bakery. So, as you would expect, there were lots of brand new cheesy treats.
Cheese.
These included a Kiri cream cheese quiche. Do you know what a quiche is, Bonnie?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Egg pie.
It's
Egg pie.
a pie case with just baked egg in it.
Egg pie.
But now also cream cheese. Are you going to be having that? No. We wouldn't serve you
Why would? What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
a Mickey-shaped pretzel sandwich. There was a couple of these. There was vegan ones. There was a ham and cheese sandwich, and there was avocado and cheese sandwich. But they've all got Kiri cheese.
Pretzel
on.
and cheese is a good way to go, though, isn't it?
I would, yes.
If they're doing that,
That would be my lunch. I would
do
quite
that in Florida, and it's good. It's simple. And it's salty. It's
It's
good.
nice.
Do you know what else? If you're going down the cream cheese route,
What?
Bagel.
A bagel.
Bagel and cream cheese.
A bagel.
Come on, Disney.
Oh,
Come
we
on,
got
Disney.
stuck in the throat. A bagel.
A bagel.
Hi to Sugar Sweet Samantha, aka Sugar Sweet Mama, as we accidentally called her a few weeks ago. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Well, here she is. I'm glad to have you along.
There's a cheesecake. Did you see that come in? Cheesecake.
A cake of cheese. Oh, it's talking about rumours. We were saying about Cable Car Bakery. The same thing happened with Rock and Roller Coaster in Florida. I went there on supposedly the last night ever, and it's going to be rethemed to Queen. I couldn't believe I caught it with like an hour and a half before it shut. I rode it, and I couldn't believe it. And I did a video that night, and I put it also in my latest video, like added it into there. It's just reopened as Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith again. You know what's going on? Apparently, it was never going to be rethemed.
What?
I love it. That was the totally gaslight you.
So
Why?
I look stupid.
We've also got various things that have got cream cheese frosting on them, including
Cream cheese.
eclairs, carrot cakes, and cupcakes, and all the sweet treats. No, Huey.
And it's gone.
Plug it in, roll with it. Let's go.
What are the buttons?
No,
Plug it in.
it's back. It's back. It keeps going blank for no reason.
Right.
It's my laptop.
Never mind.
So all the sweet treats are named after San Francisco icons, because you know this is why it's the Cable Car Bakery.
Mhm.
because it's of the trams. So you've got the cable car carrot cake. Say that 10 times fast.
Cable car cake.
Again.
Cable car cake.
Very good. The Lombard Street cupcake, the Golden Gate cheesecake, and the Presidio muffin. Did I say Presidio right?
I don't know, where is it?
Presidio.
Presidio.
Presidio muffin.
Presidio, yeah.
I'm presuming
Presidio.
those words have something to do with San Francisco. I'll be honest, I don't know.
I'm presidioing
That muffin. Yeah.
Scottish Claire, Lucy says, every time I see Baby Bell in the supermarket, I hear Lucy saying, it's just lubrication for carrot.
Do you mean like...
It's
You must be laughing, cow, because I don't think I said that about Baby Bell.
By the way, she gets kicked out of it.
I've never said a truer thing. Right, so I'm going to say I understand the financial need for corporate sponsorship in these situations. And in that instance, I like cream cheese and all its byproducts. I like the frosting. I like cheesecake. I like quiche. And you can't beat a pretzel sandwich with a layer of cream cheese on for moisture. And so I'm going to say I'm happy about this. It looked like they'd done a dead good job refurbing it. They've got some really interesting little Easter eggs going on. They'd managed to like stage a grand opening photograph all in old-fashioned costumes and stuff.
What?
And we will, I think, be visiting that when we go.
Do you know what they need to do?
What do they need to do?
Big Baby Bell, 2 little Baby Bells, cover it all in wax. You got yourself a Mickey Baby Bell. Come on, guys. You can have that one for free.
So how big are you
Put it
thinking?
on a stick.
Yeah, cheese on a stick.
It's a snack.
I mean, thing is, people who like cheese go nuts for cheese. You know, like I really like chocolate. Like I really like chocolate in a crazy way. Some people like that with cheese, aren't they? And they're just like, oh, cheese. Christmas without the cheese. Give me a cheese board.
I'm like that with jelly
What?
beans.
Right. My last bit of news.
Yeah.
It's a strike. Did you see this?
Right.
Well, speaking of strikes, someone a moment ago mentioned the strikes. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Kira is booked to go when the strikes... I'm set to go to DLP Tuesday when the strikes are scheduled, or scheduled if you like.
You cannot beat the French for a good strike. I say it all the time. They know how to do it. This time, the cast members... Do you know what a strike is, Bonnie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The strike
Yes.
members... No, the cast members... Can I say struck? Is that the past tense?
There are too many strikes on there
Strike.
for me to not know what a strike is.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's true. Because of the trains and the... Yeah, and
Buses
the Royal
and the-
Mail and everyone's striking in England at the moment. But yeah, so the cast members have struck.
Striked.
But they
Where's my bell?
picketed Main Street. So there was these pictures all down Main Street of like, well, I'm not very good at estimating numbers in that way, but it's like it was dense with cast members. It was Main Street in Town Square to the point where they'd cordoned it off for guests because they couldn't get them up and down, and so they were diverting guests down the arcades. Now, to me, that's like no issue. We go up and down the arcades all the time. It's also a bit exciting and weird. But I'm thinking about the people whose first time it was there. And the dream of strolling down Main Street, getting a photo taken in front of the castle. And there's loads of angry people in yellow vests. And like shouting slogans. I don't know if they were shouting slogans. I've only seen photographs. But yeah, high drama. But do you remember when the custodial staff struck and they emptied all the bins onto the floor, Bonnie? Because it was the people who were meant to clean Disneyland Paris. They striked, and in protest they tipped out all the bins, and like it was a mess. Fantasia Gardens was a mess. Do you remember?
Why would somebody even try and do that?
To try get better wages. It's people power. Right, that's me for a while,
For a
Oh.
while.
and I've just popped off again. So what do we want to do next? We want to do
Well, I just want to quickly talk about, because do you remember a few weeks ago we were talking about Rachel B had gone to a pop-up Disney event in London, was it?
Oh yeah.
And we were saying, what is it? We wanted to know more about it. Well, she's uploaded a short video of it to TikTok, so you can look it up. It's Rachel B's account, but she's called "She's a Bit Goofy" with underscores in between each word. She's a bit goofy, and she's just put a little video together of like what it is. She did say that she wished she got a bit more for the money because it was 20 quid, but she had a nice time. But you can check it out. I actually had to sign up to TikTok, which I've avoided doing until now. Just to watch it.
20 quid for like an event in London doesn't sound that bad actually.
It took an hour to walk through, and they got a souvenir photograph at the end, and it looks like they had a nice-ish time. Yeah. Hi, Anne. Anne also forgot it was Sunday.
These bank holidays really mess with your mind, don't they?
Yeah. But anyway, you can check that out on TikTok.
Can we ask Bonnie a question? Because she's come here as co-host and she's sat between us and listened to us rabbit on. So does anybody have a question they would like to ask Bonnie before we go on to doing trip reports? Is there anything you'd like to know? If not, I'm going to ask one in the meantime.
I'm Bonnie, ask me anything.
Ask you anything. Bonnie. If you had to take Peter's going to be with us.
Okay.
And he's never been to Avengers Campus.
Oh.
What?
Oh, he hasn't, has he?
He's
This
never
is going to
been.
be good.
He's gonna love it.
Our little friend Peter, who's going with us, he's 5 going on 6. Or has he just gone 6?
6.
He's
Just gone 6. And he's Marvel mad, isn't he?
Hasn't he just gone 5?
He might have just gone 5.
He's just gone 5?
We should know this.
We should.
He's just gone 5.
Okay, he's 5.
Okay.
He's 5.
So,
Yeah, he's
right,
5.
you're holding his hand and you're walking into Avengers Campus. What do you show him first? Where do you take him first?
Web slingers, because he is mad with Spider-Man.
He is, isn't he? And we'll be able to show him all the Easter eggs. But also he'll go mad for doing that. We didn't do the photo ops, did we?
No.
So I think
The what?
there's some good photo opportunities apparently with Iron Man and people like that. So maybe we can take him to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll love it. Bonnie, Aaron asks, who's your favourite character that you've met in the parks?
Ooh, thing is, I love meeting Mickey and Minnie the most, but I feel like the best hugger is Donald, because he's got all his like feathers and stuff and he's nice. This is really nice to hug.
He's very soft to hug. Do you remember meeting Sully?
Only from the video.
Oh, so you don't remember it because he was a good hugger.
Have you seen that question from Pauline?
What's Bonnie's favourite ride in each park? So one from one from Disneyland Park and one from Walt Disney Studios.
Okay. So Magic Park.
Magic Kingdom,
Magic Kingdom.
in Paris.
Magic Kingdom in Paris is
You've got Pirates, Phantom Manor, Snow White.
I like the two that kind of overlap each other. Storybook Boat Ride and Casey Jr.
Correct. Good choice.
And
Good
then
choice.
I forget what's in there.
You've got Ratatouille, you've got Slinky Dog, you've got Web
Slinky
Slingers.
Dog. Slinky Dog. Wait.
You've got Tower of Terror.
Slinky Dog. What? I'm the opposite with Tower of Terror.
You don't like Tower of Terror.
My
Are you
least favourite.
choosing Slinky Dog over Web Slingers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Web Slingers is just doing this.
I got really bad wrist pain after doing that last time. Right,
It's
cool.
a good workout. We've got a bunch of questions that I've written down, so we'll get onto those. But should we do this trip report?
Yeah, do that trip report and I'm going to try and get this thing.
So, this is from Sarah. And it goes something like this. Hi, hope you're doing well. I wanted to send over a trip report from our very recent trip for you to have a read through. Sorry if it's a little longer than the ideal size. I didn't need to read that. Should just go straight to the report, but a bit of background info. It adds flavour and texture. Trip report for 13th to 16th of May. Driving an electric car. So you're getting some extra details here.
Ooh.
2 adults, sisters, and 2 kids, ages 4 and 3. I have an Infinity Pass and got everyone else privileged tickets for the parks.
You lucky woman.
First time going as an Infinity Pass holder, previously Magic Plus.
That's what we were until we let it
that's what
expire.
Magic Plus.
So day one, driving from Buckinghamshire to Folkestone, left with 100% car charge. We stayed in a Holiday Inn hotel next to Eurotunnel, which was nice and easy. Doesn't have charging though, but we had some points to use that made it a free hotel. Otherwise, we would have stayed elsewhere with charging on site. So yeah, sacrifice the charging for the free stay.
Okay.
So day two, so they've done what we've done there. They've driven to the hotel basically, and then used that as a base to spring off to adventure the next day. Took Eurotunnel Sunday morning. We used Tesco Club Card points, which meant it was very cheap.
Yep, we do that.
Drove around 45 minutes from the tunnel and stopped for a bathroom break, ice lollies and fast charging for the car from 28% to 90% and cost £22. Then drove through to Santa Fe and ended up on 30%. I like these details. It's interesting because, you know, we don't know, we've not experienced this yet. No charging at the hotel, but there is in the petrol station outside, but it isn't cheap charging. There's charging at Cheyenne and Newport, apparently, though. My sister put the kids to sleep, and I walked, now this is interesting, and I walked over to the park for an hour and a half. I walked over to DLP to enjoy the park for an hour and a half, kid-free. Can you imagine that?
Kid-free.
Imagine that.
I know. Imagine that. Bonnie.
Wow, I just disappear.
In that time, I went on Hyperspace Mountain, walk on, Big Thunder, 15 minutes, Indiana, walk on, and Pirates, walk on. Then went to the Infinity Viewing Area for D-Lights and Dreams fireworks 10 minutes before it started. I loved it, she shouts. That area isn't great for D-Lights as it's just too close for getting the full effect of drones, but being able to sit down the whole way through the fireworks with a perfect view was amazing. This definitely made the upgrade from Magic Plus to Infinity worth it. Yes. Day 3, woke up late by accident and so only had 1 hour to get ready, walk over to the park, pick up privilege tickets and make it to our 8:15 breakfast reservation at Plaza Gardens. They made it by 8:30 and they were fine with that. Still, met all 6 characters and had a great experience. 15% discount on food with the Infinity Annual Pass was great because food inside the park is not that cheap. We then went to Small World finally. First time for the kids and it's my favourite family ride, so I'm glad it's back. It was a walk-on, usually is, and we got to the... they got the boat to themselves.
Well, you say it usually is.
Yeah, often.
Well, no, but we say it usually is. But then people have been saying, oh, no, it's 40 minutes when I was there. And they've added Premier Access, haven't they? So, interesting.
Bizarre. Amazing first time back on the ride and the kids loved it. Watch the 30th Shine Brighter Parade. It's such an amazing parade and watching it from the middle of the hub is the best. You can move around from stage to stage watching your favourite characters with loads of space to dance around. It will be missed when it ends. We then headed to Studios and went on Web. Love that ride. We then joined the virtual queue to meet Spider-Man and it was so easy. First time doing that and it worked perfectly. Why doesn't Princess Pavilion and Meet Mickey have virtual queue set up? Interesting.
Yeah. It's ridiculous is that Princess Pavilion given how popular it is. And then given that they have someone like Woody and they make you do line Bertie for it, it is bizarre. Woody. But you know what I mean? It's I don't get it, but never mind.
The PhotoPass photos were great too. Perfect lighting. Getting a PhotoPass for free for the year with the Infinity Pass is a great benefit. It was raining in the afternoon, which wasn't ideal. Problem is, we wanted to do a bit of shopping before the main parade at 5:45, but because of the rain, everyone decided to do the same, so they were busy. I wonder how much the profits spike when it's raining. Everyone just goes into the shops. They should fake the rain somehow. We came out of Flora's and waited on the path right outside next to where the parade ends. Wow. Full stop. Wow.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
We had so much interaction with characters and dancers. You up, Bunny?
Thing is, I can just imagine when it starts raining on Main Street, this is all the crowd, and they just go
all to the sides. That's you know what I imagine that in my head as well, like an old cartoon. We watched that parade a lot over the past year. This was my 6th trip since Feb 22. Wow. And this was the best location. We've watched it and we've tried many other locations. We then took the kids back to the hotel and utilised the free hot chocolates. I put the kids to bed, so my sister then went back to the park to do some rides, kid-free, and watch the fireworks. They're just too late at the moment for our littles.
I like this tag teaming thing though. Sensible.
Yeah.
Sensible.
And then we've got the final day, I think. Oh, this is quite long now, this bit. Day 4, back in the park for early magic hours. We had to pick up privilege tickets again first, though. For those that don't know, Magic Plus gets 10 privilege tickets a year, and Infinity gets 20. Tickets are between 42 to 66 euros, depending on which annual pass you have. And if the day is classed as low or high season, so guests get to use annual pass entrances, get early magic hours, even if staying off-site, and entry to both parks, so are a great saving. The only issue is they have to be collected every morning from 8 a.m. That is annoying. We only got a chance to stay in the park until 1 p.m. as we needed to drive home that day. One of the biggest disappointments of the trip was my 4-year-old daughter being desperate to go on the turtle ride now that she was tall enough, but we only had 1 hour left in the park and the queue was 95 minutes.
Yeah, no.
And next Premier Access wasn't until 1:30. But we had to leave at 1. She just assured me when we come back for her birthday, she will go on it. We hadn't planned on coming back for her birthday, but I guess I better start looking at prices.
I like that girl's style. She's negotiating.
When we come back to for my birthday, we can go on it.
Another disappointment was, as this was our last day, we had plans to use new charging stations in the Infinity section of the park. We asked at the desk when we entered the park where they were, and he explained in A2 in the Infinity/disabled section. Once we got there, they weren't working.
Oh!
We asked another cast member and they explained they're broken and are getting fixed today. So we should plug it in and hopefully it will be sorted during the day. Oh, it wasn't by 1 p.m. To answer your question, in previous podcast, there were other charging stations on the other side of the travelators, but they are now being ripped up with the roadworks/upgrades they are doing over there. There are only the 4 new ones available, but don't rely on them working yet.
So you need to buy an Infinity Pass if you're an electric car owner, basically. That's not ideal.
The drive home went smoothly, kind of. We were late for our Eurotunnel check-in, so when we tried to check in, the next train wasn't for another hour. But we decided to head straight to the queue and wait so we can be the first ones on. Turned out we were given green lights to head straight onto our missed train that hadn't left yet. Phew. For those that don't know, if you are 2 hours early or 2 hours late for your reserved Eurotunnel time, you can move onto an earlier or later train for free if there is space. Outside those 2 hours, but less than 24 hours before or after, then you will have to pay the difference. Overall, another fantastic trip, and the extra perks for the Infinity Pass made a big difference. Highlight was my daughter being brave enough for Big Thunder Mountain. Like you.
At 4 years old, though, that's very impressive.
And went on it twice, utilising Parent Swap, and had her hands up the whole way around both times. Yay! I'm going again in just 2 weeks' time. It'll be 1 week now, I think, because Chris sent me this last week, because I almost did the show on my own last week, but no one wanted to see that, because Lucy was dancing.
We were dancing.
Chris was prancing on stage, but then I had loads of work to do, so we just cancelled. Sorry. So, yes, so she'll be going in 1 week with a friend and no kids.
So jealous.
No
well,
kids.
not no kids, but we like you, don't we?
But
I am jealous.
it will literally
Do you
be for
like me?
1 day only. We have the earliest flight in the morning at 6:05 and the last flight in the evening at 9:50. I really hope the flight out isn't delayed, otherwise it could be a wasted trip. Oh my God.
It's
It's intense, but we're giving it a try and we'll report back. Yes. We're hoping for at least 7 hours in the actual park. Fingers crossed. Thanks for the great podcast. Keep up the good work. Sarah, I'll be interested to hear about this
I'll be interested
smash
to
and
know
grab trip.
where you're flying from and how much it's costing you. And not in a rude way, it's just that from where we are, the flight, because they no longer fly from Leeds Bradford, and they only fly twice a week from Leeds Bradford. They don't fly from Doncaster anymore. We have to go to Manchester. I priced it up today. It's going to be like £500+ for the 3 of us, whereas it used to be like 150. It's just gone through the roof because after COVID, all the airlines went. So I'd be interested to know where she's flying from, where she can economically make a smash and grab like that work, because I just don't think it would be an option for us, really.
If I was going too fast, then just and you're watching on YouTube, just change the settings in the little settings cog to 0.75 speed, and it should slow me down a little bit.
I sometimes do that to you when you've had too much coffee. Turn you on 0.75.
Yeah. She records what I'm saying, just nods, and then plays it back later.
For
Thanks for that, Sarah. That was a good report, and it's interesting to hear about the charging stuff as well, because that's that's the future.
It is. I hope that was kind of a one-off, that they weren't working on your final day, though. I hope that for other people that'll be a bit more successful. Just an update on the hotel situation, because I have been looking while Hugh was reading then. It was actually the Séjours et Affaires Cerise Rive Gauche. That's the left of the river, isn't it? Are you going to pronounce that better for me, Hugh?
Nope.
No. Séjours et Affaires, I believe it is.
Séjours et Affaires Cerise Rive Gauche.
So I think that is the shopping centre entrance, and it's there, because I remember seeing it when we went.
Okay.
So that would be a good location. It's self-catering, which is what we need, and it's currently pricing up for one that sleeps 4 at £554 for 5 nights, and that's what we want. That's exactly in our price. Or is it for 4 nights? For 4 nights, yeah. So that's in our price range. So if anyone has stayed there, I would love your opinions. So it's only actually got 3 stars on audience reviews on Expedia, on user reviews on Expedia. So it'd be good to know some first-hand accounts.
We just need a place to sleep. Well, we did have some questions for Bonnie.
Let's
shoot
shoot some for Bonnie.
Questions.
Pauline asked. Oh, we had Pauline's question, didn't we? Did we?
What was it?
I think we did. Moritz asked, favourite snack?
Forgotten what they have in Paris because we haven't.
That's it. You're getting muddied with Florida, aren't you?
I'm like,
We've been to Florida more recently. What does Bonnie usually have?
A chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
I want a cookie.
Did you have waffle? I always have Darth Vader waffles. Did you have those with me?
Oh yeah.
Yep. She likes a Darth Vader waffle. And
The thing is, I was about to say pretzel when they first asked me, and I was like, no, is that Florida?
that is Florida.
I don't know at this
A
point.
Magnum.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about Scottish Claire asks, favourite Disney bound that you've done?
Oh yes, you've done loads of those.
Well, I did do this one for Florida.
I think anything you've done in Florida, you've also done in Paris, because we rewear them, don't we?
Well, we haven't, because Wilderness Explorer is an only Florida thing.
That's it. So you were Russell from Up, weren't you?
Yeah.
And tell them what that involved wearing.
Well, if you don't know, in Florida, Animal Kingdom, they have this kind of like, it's almost like, it's got a little bit of a scout themed Wilderness Explorer thing where you get like your booklet, and then you go along and get loads of stickers and stamps for your book, and when you've got it full, you become a senior Wilderness Explorer, and it's a whole thing. But we got to celebrate me becoming a senior, we got a whole like uniform thing.
Yeah, we did, with like a neckerchief and a sash with all the badges on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you remember what your Wilderness Explorer's motto was?
Yeah.
Go.
A Wilderness Explorer is a friend to all, be it plants or fish or tiny mole.
There you go.
Sugar
Okay.
Sweet Samantha says, if you could choose one ride from Walt Disney World to come to DLP, which would it be and why? Good question.
That's for you, Bonnie.
Could we bring the old Splash Mountain? Is that allowed? Spoiling that one. No.
Yeah, I was about to pull that card and I was like, no.
Oh, I know what I'd bring.
What? What?
Country Bears Jamboree.
Oh yeah.
That would be fine in Frontierland. Be just nice. Yeah.
They need it. It
Yeah.
needs it.
Or the Tiki Room. Just one of those old
Yeah, the
rides.
Tiki Room.
that
For
no one
me,
likes.
Tiki
Tiki
room.
room.
Tiki room.
What
I
about
call
Bonnie?
Tiki room.
You really, because you're a crazy thrill seeker now. What about Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind? Is it too much?
It would be fine, but we'd only go on it like maybe every other time because it's.
Because I feel
It's
sick
like-
for a full day afterwards. That's
the ride
fine.
just feels like he going like this.
Is anyone telling me about my hotel, Huey? I'm intrigued.
No.
No. What about Residence du Parc, Val d'Europe? Was that one that somebody else was saying?
Yes.
And they liked that one, didn't they? Because that's very cheap.
Ooh, wow.
Was that recommended? Or was that the no frills one?
We'll have to go back in the chat later and see, won't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, Residence du Parc, yeah.
Oh, Adagio was fine, nothing special.
Yeah, that's this one.
This one, she says.
This one.
This is not good
Lucy,
content.
yeah, sorry. This is Lucy, like doing her shopping online.
So we've got options anyway, because we were a bit worried when the Resid Home one was out.
I think it's nice to stay somewhere different though, so we can see. Because we might say it's our favourite, and then there's a wonderful one just round the corner.
Yeah.
Indeed. Right, we've got 10 more minutes. So any more Bonnie questions? Bonnie, let's expand then. So I do know you like to talk about Disney World as well. You've been there more recently than Paris. Your favourite ride in each of those 4 parks?
Okay, so starting with Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really tough one.
Used to be Splash Mountain, didn't it?
My favourite one is gone, so whenever anybody asks me now, I'm like...
It was hands down no contest Splash Mountain for a long time.
Splash it all the way.
Is it the Carousel of Progress? No.
Is it Under the Sea with Ariel and Friends? No.
She doesn't like that. She
No,
finds
no, I'm gonna have
Ariel
nightmares.
scary.
No, I'm gonna have nightmares.
That
Oh
one.
no.
Is it
Can't see that.
Big Thunder Mountain? Not as good as Paris.
Maybe. No. I guess, yeah.
Right, what about Epcot?
No.
It's got to be Guardians, hasn't it?
There's not many rides. Oh, Soaring's mine. Test Track.
Test Track.
Living with the Land.
I like Test Track because I like roller coasters, but I also like nice smooth rides. And it's nice to invent your own car, and then it's just that little roller coaster bit.
It's a really weird attraction, is
Yeah.
Test Track.
I don't really get it.
Are you sure it's not Guardians? Cosmic Rewind. You like that, don't you?
Yeah?
I can't imagine you choose Test Track over
Or Frozen.
Cosmic Rewind.
Mm.
No, I know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
I know what it
I know
is.
what it is.
Oh,
There's
no.
one on the World Showcase
Yes.
in Mexico.
It's not the best ride, but it's just nice.
What
it's
is
just
it?
nice. It's
Grand Fiesta.
Grand
Oh,
Fiesta.
yeah! Oh,
Why were we even
the three
debating?
caballeros.
Three caballeros,
Yay.
Right.
I was scared you were going to start joking and say it was the ride we do not speak.
Animal Kingdom.
Okay, Navi River Journey.
Yes, agreed. And then finally, Hollywood Studios. That's tough.
Oh,
Oh, it's not tough for you.
I know.
What is it?
It's either Slinky Dog Dash or Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I would go Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Run for me.
Yeah, I think it's Slinky Dog Dash for that.
Right. Where are we, Hugh? Any more questions on this? Any replies about the hotels?
No. Sugar Sweet Samantha says Tiki Room would be epic.
It would.
Don't family recommend Residence? I have a video I can pass over.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, do, yeah.
Oh, Kerry says just more of a Star Wars area would
Be wonderful.
be wonderful.
Yeah.
In Paris. Yeah. We talked a few weeks ago about them probably not doing the Galaxy's Edge anymore or doing a different one. But what have we got now? We've got Hyperspace Mountain, Meet Darth Vader, and Star Tours.
Yeah.
Just kind of in a little clump, haven't we?
Yeah.
But it's not very immersive Star Wars stuff, is it?
No,
It's not very you're in the scene.
No. It's just right.
It's not as much you're in the scene as.
But that's all right.
I think so.
It's all getting a bit too involved. You have to be completely immersed in a world to get to these rides, and then
You were
it just makes me feel tired.
we watch the Dis Unplugged, as you know, and there's a gentleman on there called Kevin, and he's not a Star Wars fan, and he was taken to Galaxy's Edge.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Which one's Kevin?
He's one of the travel agents.
Oh, okay.
Since when is that bird going on?
And
not Kevin the bird.
He was furious. He was furious that he asked a cast member where the toilets were, and they said, was it sanitation station? They said, oh, sir, you must be asking about the sanitation station. And he was, I just want to know where the toilets are. And they were doing the whole bright suns and all that thing. And he was very angry about it, which I can see. It depends on the moment. You see, in theory, I like that. But I can imagine just like being desperate to get to the toilet and having to have a really tedious conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a full-on like role play. Role play was one of the reasons I never was interested in the idea of going on these Halcyon Star Cruiser thing. But it's closed now, so we'll never find out.
We haven't talked about that. That's been fairly big news. In that it's maybe not for this show because it's the Disneyland Paris show, but yeah, they're closing the Halcyon. But we said the Venn diagram of interest. Do a Venn diagram with me, Bonnie.
What?
Okay, doesn't matter. That's the Venn diagram. The Venn diagram of interest in that hotel was very small, wasn't it?
It's just like with it being a windowless hotel, and then just the energy, of having to role play with everyone you meet. Sometimes you just want to go, just get out of my face.
But the people who've done it, absolutely rave about it.
I think if you do it, obviously you wouldn't go there with a chip on your shoulder like I'm talking about. You'd go there prepared for it, and you'd have to just go all in on it, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. But
you see, with you, I don't think you would want to do it. But if you got into a situation where we were doing it, I think you would be 200% in it, because
I do what I did when we went on Rise of the Resistance last time and pretend to be an Imperial officer on my holidays. I shall have you demoted.
That would be fun for me and Bonnie for the whole weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Got questioned by the guard, and that's what I told her. She wasn't really playing along though, was she?
Do you know about this hotel, Bonnie? It's like a Star Wars hotel, but all the visitors have to. Oh, because you've watched the vlogs, haven't you? They all have to sort of play along, and you have to have your own backstories and characters, and you have to dress up and then solve mysteries and things. So you have to come up with your own Star Wars character. That could have been a fun question for you. Who is your Star Wars character?
Yeah.
I decided I was a rich heiress from a mineral planet.
A mineral planet.
A mineral planet. And my daddy was a slave lord, and I was a rich heiress. All fun. Right, I think it might be about time to wrap up, Huey, unless you've got any last things anyone wants to ask us or say or do.
Nope.
Do you have anything you want to talk about, Bonnie? Do you have any questions you want to ask me or Daddy? No? Right.
So we have a trip imminent. We're booking it in the next day or two, aren't we?
Literally, like as the camera started rolling, we were trying.
And I noticed you'd got a message from our friends about it as the show was going on, so we need to get back to them.
Yeah.
And arrange things.
Are we doing Patreon show tonight, Huey?
I don't think so, because I've already told Chris we're probably not. So it's too late.
We don't have our producer with us, basically, and he deals with all the things. So it's going to be one more week off from that, but then we will be back with the Patreon show again next time.
Have a wonderful half.
Sam for God might have videos on those hotels you're asking about. We will look that up. Thank you very much. The messages are disappearing too quick for me to...
Kerry says, have a wonderful half term, Bonnie. Are you going to have a wonderful half term?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get to Monday and go, at like 10 a.m. and go, I'm bored, like you sometimes do, and we go, it's 10 a.m. on the first day.
You get 2 weeks as well, don't you, in May?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Lovely to see Bonnie tonight, says Scottish Claire.
Yay.
Yay.
Right.
And Linda says, have a lovely week.
And somebody earlier said happy birthday to me, and you were
Ah.
mid-trip report, and I didn't acknowledge it. So thank you very much. I haven't celebrated this birthday particularly because I'm now into multiples of 5. I don't think I need one every year. But Huey did get me these dungarees.
The
which we love.
dungabees.
Dungabees.
We call them
which
the dungabees.
We love a great deal, don't we? So thank you.
They attract wasps like the Spike the Bee Sipper.
Mm.
So thank you all very much for joining us on this rather pared down occasion. We have been the Rain family. I've been Lucy, this has been Bonnie, and this has been a boy. And we will see you next week.
I'm a man!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're going to have to do it, Hugh. It's not my phone. So we're just going to keep going. Bye. Bye.